Life is about progress, not perfection. And I believe this because I've lived it. I've experienced it, right? Like today, I'm in a way, way, way better place than I was 7 or 8 years ago. I've made a lot of progress. But when I was a little bit younger, I thought that everything should be perfect from the start. Like, I thought that I would move in to my perfect home and I would never have to work on it. I thought that all of my relationships would be perfect without any effort, really. I thought that I would love my job. But absolutely nothing has worked out like that. So I had to begin to question my values. How were my beliefs affecting my life? And I'll save you some time. At the end of it all, what I discovered was this, that there is no thing, there is nothing on the shelf, there is no car on the lot and no home on the market that has any value whatsoever. That I am the only holder of value in the entire equation. I sort of walk around with value hidden in my pockets and I just throw it out. I project it into the material universe. I determine the value of the things around me. So each of us has value. And the key is to add value to whatever you have right now. And the only way you can do that is by loving what you have right now. So if you own or rent a house, a home, the property should be worth more when you're moving out than it was when you moved in, because you've been adding value, right? And learning to love what you have right now is truly the only way to progress to something better in the future. So this house that I live in on the lake, it costs me about $1,000 a month. But after I get done with the work that I'm doing on the porch and the yard, the owner of the property would be able to charge the next tenant $1,200 a month instead of $1,000, because I've added value while I was living here. And in the process, I've been turning this place into something amazing, something that myself and my family can learn to love, right? And you might think that this doesn't work in every situation. Like, sometimes you have to know when enough is enough, when to cut ties, when to end certain relationships or quit certain jobs that feel like they're literally killing you. And that's true. That's true. But some of us find ourselves in these situations regardless. And while you're there, it's important that you add value, because that value that you add, you will always see a return. And I can't really explain to you how it happens, how it works, but it works. I'm telling you, because I'm in this house right now. This house has two of the main things that I want out of a house, and that is freedom and that is privacy. I live on the lake in the woods. I don't have close neighbors. But the house I was in before that, it was trash. I had to do a lot of work just to move into the place, and I had very close neighbors. I had a little bit of privacy, but not much, right? Not a lot of freedom to just do what I wanted to do on the property. And before that, I was living in an apartment. This apartment had no maintenance. No one took care of the apartment. Before I moved out, one of the walls burst from plumbing problems. They had bed bugs, roaches. Before that, at the time, my wife was my fiance. I was living with her in her parents' house. And it was a nice place. I had a little bit of freedom, not too much privacy, right? Before that, I lived with my sister in her trailer. I had a bedroom that I never left. I had no privacy and no freedom. But before that, I was in prison. And before that, I was homeless and on drugs without a place to live in. But I went through each one of these situations and I met the resistance head on, kept a positive attitude, and I learned from it. At least I learned something that would hopefully allow me not to repeat those same actions. And that's what's happened. And every single time I feel like, I've made it to like the next level, it gets better and better and better. And everywhere that I'm at, I'm adding value. Even at my job, Like at one point, I got really depressed about my job because I thought that it should all just be perfect. We should all just feel like one big family. But for some reason, that was missing. And so I had to add that. I started to add that to the job. Now it's smooth sailing. You know what I mean? Anyway, man, that's what I wanted to tell you. That's all I wanted to tell you, man. Life is about progress, not perfection. So until next time, man.